Hello to my Aquarius bonus video time. All right, you all asked for it, and here we go. This reading is for the 24th through the 31st. It's going to take us all the way out to the end of May. This is a timeless reading to all of my Aquarius. And so we're talking to you wherever Aquarius is in your birth chart. Again, this is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a bonus video, bonus requested video. So I've already prayed over everyone's cards, already asked Most High God for complete and total clarity, Aquarius. Thank you for joining me. I love you guys. I surely do. Thank you for all the likes, shares, comments, and if you're just, tiptoeing on through, consider subscribing. We have built such a lovely community here, as you can see by the numbers. Such a supportive community here. I am safe and protected. So the I am factor is source. That's the creator. Just reminding you that you are safe and protected. And so that's right. When you set intentions, make sure you put the energy behind it. It does a knowing, right? So just knowing that you're safe and protected, that the creator is inside of you, right? So the overarching theme for this reading, since the moon has moved into Aries, or it is at least moving into Aries, and when the moon moves through phases, it affects it affects our bodies. And so it's affecting, not only does it moved from Pisces into Aries, right? So when the moon is in Pisces, it affects our pineal gland, our feet up to our pineal gland, our third eye, right? And then it starts to affect our head, our tongue, our arteries, our teeth, right? That area. And remember, Aries is ruled by Mars, which is the fighting planet. Mars is that that energy planet, right? So Mars is it's the tower card. It's the physical energy planet. It's the masculinity planet. It's the sexuality planet, the anger, the temperament planet. It actually rules first house. First house is all about personality, temperament, appearance, self-image, first impression, self-awareness, outlook on life. It's in tarot, it's the God card, right? And so you want to make sure you protect your energy by knowing that the creator is inside of you. This is the I am factor. So for those of you all who like to create affirmations, like write out affirmations for yourselves, that's what you do. Like, I am safe, I am protected, I am, like the I am feature right there, like that I am factor. Let's get a angel number. Let's see, because I know you're looking for signs and wonders all around you. So this will be another one. So, but the overarching question during this this moon phase that we're in, as we're closing out a cycle, it's a waning crescent moon, is the energy is all about release, reflection, preparation for new beginnings. We're in the new moon phase, and it can be fiery. It can cause you to be courageous, just having this pioneering spirit. Letting go of any ego-driven battles, healing impulsive tendencies, and preparing for a bold, fresh start, right? A bold, fresh start. Yep. Prayer warriors, right? So if you need to intercede on other people's behalf, you're just knowing that you all are divinely protected, safe and protected, right? Even if you feel like you're having a tower moment, you could be in a very vulnerable space. Remember, we had a full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is a death card. And Mars would be like, connects us with the first and the eighth house, knowing that you're not being pulled into other people's karmic cycles. Maybe their first impression was that they could pull you into some kind of a karmic cycle. No, you're safe and protected. So it's already letting you know there. You're honoring your goals. So examine your current opportunities. So we got 994. 9 is also the death number. The two things have ended where people felt like maybe it was their way or the highway. The two things have ended. 9 is also a creative number, right? So Two things that looks like, remember, look at the number 9. So in numerology, somebody was determined to create something possibly, um, maybe for two people, right? Maybe for two people, you were determined to create something possibly for two people. If you think about maybe something that you maybe were creating a business or maybe creating opportunities, possibly for two people, two places, two things, um, something may have ended. You know, that number 9 is death number. Something may have ended that you may have thought about creating for two people. Maybe something wasn't happening and lightning fast, you know, enough for them. Maybe something for them, they felt like something wasn't happening fast enough. This 4 connects us with Aries. Again, that would be like, and it doesn't mean that it was in Aries. Just to be crystal clear, Aries is first house. Maybe you weren't springing forward fast enough, right? You were trying to get some things structured and in place. But anyway, so it's time to redirect, to make decisions that honor your goals rather than your short-term gratification. The current opportunities presented to you need careful examination. Consider at this moment how your current daily activities feed into your long-term visions. Ask yourself now if they will help you or hold you back from your ultimate dreams and goals. So this color orange right here speaks to feelings, right? So there's also creativity, right? So if you go back, excuse me, if you go back and listen to the previous video, because I'm gonna label this bonus, right? So whenever you see bonus in videos, and these for new people, or if you're just kind of sort of coming back to the channel, but again, don't forget to select all for so you don't miss any pop-up notices. And even if you've been with me for quite some time, just make sure your notifications are set to all, just in case something could have happened if you weren't getting the notices or notifications. So yeah, you're honoring your goals, but you're safe and protected. You're safe and protected. So you could have been creating something for two energies that may be coming to an end, because you may have been looking towards some things. So here's an overarching question, right? So as you're doing some self-reflection and release, this is kind of the overarching theme for this, the next 7 days somebody's thinking about as you're closing out a cycle. This cycle, by the way, by the way, excuse me, closes on Monday. Closes on Monday, excuse me. This cycle closes on Monday. Whew. I'm so excited about getting the message out to you all. But it closes on Monday. We have a new cycle that begins. We have a new moon in Gemini. We're officially in Gemini season. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the messenger planet, and Gemini rules third house. So you can find out also what your zodiac sign is in third house, right? In third house, right? So yeah. So in your previous reading, and I really want you all to go back and watch that, because I kind of sort of break down, and I'll do a really kind of sort of go back real short with how the enemy will test everybody, and this is everybody, even my cross watchers. I want you to hear, because I kind of go through it with every zodiac sign, how the enemy will test your demons through your emotions, right? The enemy is the author of confusion, and the only enemy is within. The only enemy is within, right? But what the enemy meant for evil, source will turn it around and use it for your good, right? So a lot of times, um, and let me lay these cards out here because I don't want to spend too much time talking, but it's time to ground yourselves, right? Source really wants you to grow wherever Source planted you, right? This whole cycle has been about, we had a flower moon in Scorpio, right? Scorpio is a death card, death/rebirth, right? So Scorpio rules 8th house. 8 is a karmic number, right? So somebody is not happy without you. So time to ground yourselves. Your peace is paramount, right? You are who they prayed for. Toss something into a burning bowl, toss some kind of fear, doubt, uncertainty. New love awaits for someone. I think I did a video for you all saying somebody has love in their life, whether it's you or somebody else has love in their life. I know I did a video for you all because I felt like, yeah, I did. And I don't want to spoil it because somebody has love in their life, somebody that you prayed for, that they would have love in their life. But I'm not going to spoil that video. It's going to pop up. So I'm not going to spoil it. Anyway, take your time to decide something. It's one of you all, okay, I had a pop up, excuse me. One of you all prayed for one of your friends. One of you all, Aquarius, prayed for one of your friends, and they're going to bring you some good news. Anyway, it's time to heal your wounded warrior. That's your Chiron. Again, if you don't know your time of birth, please, 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 Aquarius, do not stress yourselves out if you don't know your Chiron. I can't even stress this enough. It's common. It's not uncommon for people not to know their time of birth. I'm talking to people all over the world. It's not uncommon for people to not know their time of birth. Don't even put yourself in that category of being judged. Pluto is retrograde right now. Pluto is the judgment card. Please rise above the judgment. Please. That's not even uncommon. People usually, like when people don't know their time of birth, they may ask like family members what was on TV during that time, right? They kind of guesstimate. I did a whole birth chart series on my second channel. They may say, oh, it was around dinner time, and people just guesstimate, or such and such was on TV around that time, guesstimate, right? But it's time to heal your wounded warrior. That's your Chiron. Make a list of pros and cons. Angel Raphael, the angel healer and protector of travelers, is with you, right? You have the gift of clairsentience. You pick up on others' emotions, their moods, their feelings, right? The new one is extra special. So you're honoring your goals for something. Let me see. They are a Python, which is a spirit of lying. And you can, for those of you all who read scriptures, 1 Kings 22:21-22, so much better lies ahead for someone. And so you deserve the best. You deserve the best. Okay. All right. So somebody could have been making you believe that they were okay, but they really weren't. Maybe they were trying to be strong. Maybe they were trying to make you feel like they were safe and they really weren't. Maybe they were trying to put on a strong face for something, or maybe seeming like they were, protected, and they, were just trying to, like sometimes people try to appear like they were stronger than they really are, but they really aren't as strong. Okay, this is the energy that Source is giving me before I lay the cards out for tarot, right? So overarching theme is about self-reflection and release, right? So the question is that I asked Source is, where, for you all Aquarius, asking yourself, where have I been too impulsive and how can you learn from it, right? Right. So the moon in Aries is about, and this is where you're the tower, right? The total recall, being impulsive, like maybe impulsively telling people that you watch tarot. That would be an example, right? And how people can judge you. Here's the judgment card, is currently retrograde as Pluto, right? How people judge you based on watching tarot, right? A lot of people who are in secret societies will judge you because you watch tarot, because there's a lot of occult knowledge in tarot, a lot of secret knowledge in tarot. And they don't want you to know what's in, they don't want the knowledge to come out in tarot, because if you have kids or loved ones or whatever, they will want you to break that chain. In other words, they don't want your kids and family members to accept gifts from you, because they'll say that that spirit of tarot is evil. Watching tarot, anything that people receive has your spirit, your demonic spirit. You're a snake, you're a python, you have a spirit of lying, you have a demonic spirit, and it travels, right? That spirit, it'll come across as something that's godly, but it's a lying spirit. So they have to completely break a chain of you, or else they are receiving your karma, right? But it's okay for them to give you something, right? When that makes no sense. They're living a secret, but you may have impulsively told them that you watch tarot, right? That you've gained some kind of knowledge, that you're trying to expand your knowledge, right? Remember, this is the year 9. 9 is all about, and excuse me, let me double back. 2024, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8, right? We talked 2024, we're talking about in numbers. 2024 is 8. 8 would be a karmic number. That's a number for renewal, sexuality, death, transformation, shared finances, inheritance, loans, the occult, mystery, inheritance. So you made it known. You may have impulsively made something known that you watched tarot, right? You may have said, oh, I'm watching tarot. I'm doing something. I'm creating something for two energies, right? You trying to structure something. This is the number 4. Somebody who has a God complex could have said it's their way or the highway. They don't want tarot to be a part of what they're trying to create, right? So they told somebody they had to break a chain with you. They couldn't accept anything that's connected to you. It's their way or the highway. So that created a death for two energies. You have to completely end everything. And so death can occur in many different ways, not just in a physical realm. It can create a person who just completely loses, like, and just like something in their eyes just loses all, just wanting to create this. When you talk about creativity, it's just like there's just the joy, the excitement in just wanting just to create anything. Just like you when you get up and you feel safe and you feel protected, you feel unsafe and you feel unprotected. It's the total opposite of that. Everything in you, just you walk around scared all the time. You walk around, you don't feel protected. You like somebody, like I said, somebody feels unhappy, but you are who they prayed for. You're a person who, like I said, you're a prayer warrior. You're a person who will fight for them in the spirit realm, right? You're a person who will, like I said, somebody who is not afraid to go to war in the spirit realm, not against people, not against flesh and blood, but against um, darkness, right? Against darkness. So how the enemy will come up against energies. Because I feel like a lot of people come to tarot because people are not telling people what's the big secret. What is the big secret? What is the big secret? Right? What is the big secret? What is the big secret? So before, like I said before, when we talk about the number 8, so many things can cause a chain reaction in a karmic cycle when you tell people about renewal of something, whether it's the renewal of vows, when you're saying you're getting back with someone that people don't believe you should get back with, that could cause a chain to break. People say, you know what? I don't believe you should get back together with a person. I'm done with this. I don't want to hear about this. I don't believe in that. Whatever. It could be someone's sexuality. It could be the end of something, the end of a job. Somebody could say, you're ending a job, you're ending a geographical location, that could end a friendship. You could be moving somewhere. That's a death of something. Transformation. Somebody could say, oh, you've changed. You got this new job, or you got married. You don't hang out as much as you used to. You've transformed into somebody we don't even recognize anymore, right? Or shared finances or inheritance. You inherited, your family left you all of this money. Now you acting brand new. You all get the point. That's number 8. Or loans, or you come into this secret knowledge. You've changed. You're a different person. Or what's the big secret? Mystery, right? You've joined this group of people. You seem like you're so mysterious now. Or intimacy, like you have some kind of, like, whatever, intimacy. But this is the year 9, 2025. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 is about higher education, philosophy, law, religion, travel, ethics, morals, personal beliefs, spiritual beliefs. So you're in the year 9. 9 is about the difference between 3 and 9. the third house and the ninth house. And Gemini rules third house. Third house is about early education, intelligence, sibling relationships, logic, reason, communication skills, short trips, hobbies. A lot of you all would not have known that your own family is in some of these organizations had you not come into the year 9, had you not started watching tarot or communicating with certain people. It's not even just tarot. If you hadn't started just talking to certain people and kind of sort of reaching across the table and start talking to like joining um, other maybe religious groups. Maybe you were raised in some one discipline, but maybe you was married to somebody of another spiritual religious discipline and learned about something else. Or maybe you joined a different group or something like that to even learn about different things. So like I said, you're safe and protected. So you're safe and protected. So somebody, like I said before, it's time to heal your wounded warrior, right? So Source is trying to help somebody to learn how to be a little bit more assertive. You are a prayer warrior, but yeah, you're tossing confusion into a burning bowl. You're tossing confusion into a burning bowl because you pick up on other people's vibrations, their moods, and their emotions. And so you are who they prayed for. So your peace is paramount, but somebody's not happy without you. They're not happy without you. Yep. So I see your wishes being fulfilled. This is 9 of Cups. Your wishes are being fulfilled. A lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. Here's the Page of Wands here. Yeah. Somebody's free from all the shade. You're getting a message that somebody's free from all the shade about things. Here's the 7 of Wands here. Yeah. Shade about telepathy. Speaking through telepathy. Prayer and meditation. They go hand in hand. Prayer and meditation. They go hand in hand. Yeah. Here's this 4 of Wands here. Yeah. So somebody you used to work with, okay, this is interesting. Somebody you used to work with, I think during your prayer and meditation, somebody you used to work with maybe have been sending messages through to you about something, because what's happening here, like in terms of karmic cycles, is Source will hold you accountable. If Source puts it, the Source would be God, Most High Power, Most High God, the Creator, God, whoever you deem is God over your life, the Creator, will hold you accountable. Obedience is better than sacrifice. And if Source puts something on your heart to tell somebody something and you don't, so Source puts it on an Aquarius heart, another Aquarius heart, somebody you used to work with, to tell you something about something in terms of spirituality or religion or something, to put it on somebody's heart to tell you about something. And if they don't, then they have to go through a karmic cycle about something, right? Somewhere in their sun or moon is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So they could be an Aquarius sun, moon, rising somewhere with sun or moon, but somewhere it's an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius somewhere. Somebody you used to work with, right? Maybe fellowship with, maybe y'all went to church together, work together, whatever the case may be, right? But it must be an Aries because I'm looking at 4. But Source is saying ground yourselves, because some kind of communication is coming through. Because if they don't tell you something, it's going to have almost like a boomerang effect, because somehow somebody else possibly that you work with, they are going to be their karma. I don't know if that makes any sense to somebody. So essentially 2 people that you work with, that you either currently work with or previously worked with, because your wishes are being fulfilled, are going to help you essentially close out a cycle with a loved one. So your prayers are being answered. Your prayers are being answered. Because someone is not, they don't feel safe and they don't feel protected, right? Because somebody was paid to do something. Two people were paid to do something. Two people were paid to lie about something, to overwhelm you. And what you believe you have psychic gifts, somebody has psychic gifts, your gift of clairsentience, you have the vibration of emotions, moods, feelings. Two people were paid to do something, to overwhelm somebody. You picked up on something. You believed something. You could have had a dream or some kind of download, however long it goes back. Um, because time is relative. Um, it made some people unhappy to do it. It made some people very unhappy to lie on you about something. It made some people possibly that you worked with very unhappy to lie. So it's like some people were convicted in their spirit because it came back around to them. And so something was done during someone's Saturn return. So it was like something, whatever went around, came back around to them. So karma came back around to them. Karma came back around. So some people were paid to lie on you, and it came back around to bite them. Because they were playing chess. Because somebody felt like something was their way or the highway. So two people were paid to end you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and they didn't feel good about it. Two people were paid to lie. To cause you a nightmare. Yeah, two people were paid to cause you a lie. That is why I say when you first wake up, whatever your work schedule is, it doesn't matter if you work day shift, night shift, or whatever it is, because somebody has new love coming across their path, right? You have new love your new love awaits for somebody. And it could possibly be a homecoming happening for you all, because somebody is free. But two people were paid to end you because you had somebody from your past who felt like it was something was their way or the highway, so they decided to play chess with a blood relative of yours, and they decided to overwhelm you during a Saturn return. You can look up Saturn return, and so somebody could have impulsively said you watch tarot, or you have some kind of secret knowledge about something, or you could have impulsively said something to someone, right? As an air sign, you could have just been having a conversation with a loved one, right? Here we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So I feel like you may have gone down, like I said, gone down a rabbit hole of sorts. This is like, I always say, kind of like Alice in Wonderland, like kind of a person who, I feel like you're a quite resourceful person. Um, yeah, you have a message coming through, that someone loves you very, very deep. But there's another energy you would never go back to. There's another energy you would never go back to, even if you saw a pig fly through the sky. And they know it very well. They know it, that you would never go back to the energy, even if you saw a pig through the sky. Um, yeah. So it's like somebody felt like they kind of sized you up as soon as you walked through the door. Somebody thought you were hot as soon as you walked through the door. And I'm talking about like hot, like in terms of like, like physically attractive hot as soon as you walked in. Like a man and a woman thought you was hot as soon as you walked through the door. Couples thought that you was hot when you walked in, and preyed on you. As soon as you walked in, um, and did the same thing to a family member. And so it's either somebody that two people that you know are playing a huge role in helping you close out something. Here's the Ace of Wands here, because they know who's responsible. They know who's responsible for, they know who's behind um, all of this. They know who's behind baiting people into, they know who's behind baiting people into and holding on to something. Like, see how this person is holding on to a purse, holding on to some information. They know who's behind it. They know exactly who's behind it. They know who's behind some kind of lie. And so King of Pentacles is like a person who has like the complete information. That's not somebody who has a little bit of information. They know, they have a wealth of knowledge, like all of the information. Behind, hangman, sacrifice. Yeah, they know who's behind. So people are telling on each other at this point. People are telling on each other at this point. So a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. So you got some good news coming in, because people are telling on each other at this point. And I'm seeing a homecoming happening. And again, time is relative. Time is relative. This may have already happened to some of you all. Some of you all have had loved ones to return home to you all. They may not be ready to talk about some things. Again, take only what resonates with you, but you are safe and protected. Somebody may have been lying to you because out of fear. I'm not trying to get anybody, nervous about anything. If this is not your story, it's not. Please do not create stuff that's not there. I got to say that, because some people take tarot like, okay, like it's the law. Please do not do that to yourself. Okay, I got to say that, because some people just, but be very careful of what you're sharing with loved ones, because some people, they excitedly share other things with other people, and they don't know what kind of energies people run with. Wolf energy, like I said before, and I shared this in the spirit animal book. I mean, this is about spirit guides, um, animal spirit guide book. For those of you all who, let me be crystal clear, I'm talking about duality. Yeah, so like I said before, be very careful about accepting gifts from energies, because all of that energy travels. And a lot of people don't want you all to watch tarot, because they don't want, and you do have some energies who are out here um, sharing wrong information. You just have to, like, again, spirit of discernment. People are learning. People are new. They're learning. Gatekeeping information, and sometimes it's hard to know. But if you feel like you've grown beyond a certain level, and you feel like you need more information, I would say you always pray about something first. Ask a person for more information. Sometimes people genuinely don't know. So don't, try not to judge people. Try not to, because if a person doesn't know, they don't know. You know, nobody knows everything. So be fair. Try to be fair. You don't know everything, so I don't know everything. So try to be fair. But some people do know things, and they intentionally don't share things. But if you have loved ones that you know that you're sending out into the world, just know they could be sheeps amongst wolves. That's like, oh, okay, well, let's make sure that they don't, make sure, let's hurry up and, force them to break chains with the Aquarius, because if they may come into some more knowledge, that we don't want them to know. And so let's demonize Aquarius, or whoever you are who's watching this video. Um, let's demonize Aquarius, and that instantly, kill something on the inside of a person. They instantly have a death rebirth on the inside of them, because it instantly snatched from you, like literally something inside of them. Just they instantly go through a rebirth. They instantly go through a rebirth because somebody's telling them you're so demonic and you're so evil, and they don't even know that they have entered into a soul contract, into a secret society, and they don't even know what the secret is. Haven't been told anything. They've entered, their soul has entered into a contract, and they don't even know what kind of contract they're into. They haven't been told anything. They can't ask questions. They just a part of something. They don't even know what they're a part of. So I have a little light bit of information about secret societies on my second channel as well, and it's very, very light. It's very, very light. Um, but there are some other people on social media that have a lot more in-depth information. If you all want to, there's a lot more information on social media, on other YouTube channels. Mine is very light. Intentionally, it's very, very light. Wolf information. So, guardian of family and tribe activism ritual. So the wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarianism, efforts, or teaching, whether it's religious or political studies, right? And remember, this is the year 9. Year 8, when you turn it to the side, looks like an infinity symbol, but it also looks like a chain, right? So something took like a chain reaction to some things in terms of the religious and the political studies, or religious and political groups. So something took off, like had a chain reaction. So once you may have shared with somebody that you had secret knowledge of something, or maybe you watched tarot or something like that, somebody who had a python spirit, a snake spirit, something took off like a chain reaction, and it affected a loved one. And so, and it looks like a younger person here. This is page energy. Page energy is youthful energy, someone who had a very youthful spirit or has a very youthful spirit. And that energy took advantage of something, meaning that the energy took advantage of an opportunity to spread something like wildfire, like to contaminate in energy. And all you need is one drop of poison, like to poison somebody's mind. And it was something that was very overwhelming, and so they just drowned them. So that drowning in somebody could have caused them to start drinking, um, um, could have caused them to start, indulging in a particular type of a lifestyle, to just kind of, so something could have been so overwhelming for them, it could have caused them to enter into a particular kind of lifestyle to kind of like drown out something, right? Drown out whatever was told, because drown out the nightmares, of something, right? Um, but it was all for somebody to feel like they had hit the jackpot, like they had jumped out of a treasure chest, right? So that's why source is saying time to ground yourselves. But it was to sacrifice somebody, and there's somebody who has a family member who has Aries in their birth chart, somebody who's playing a light spirited Aries, and somebody who's playing a dark spirited Aries, who used an opportunity while you were going through Saturn return as an opportunity to play chess with someone's life, play a game with someone's life, to overwhelm somebody, to honor their goals, to make them, and they feel unsafe and protected. So something with them, somebody has a wealth of knowledge about something, that caused them to have nightmares. But you can now wake up from a nightmare, um, and they're free from something. And yeah, so you're getting a message that they're free from something. But yeah, somebody just Yeah, but so here we have the wolf gets in trouble. This is the dark side of wolf energy. So the light side of wolf energy is, like I said before, being the wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy is express itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, right? That's religious or political studies. The wolf gets in trouble. This is dark side of wolf energy when it assumes, in other words, make an ass out of you and me. Every member of the tribe must follow suit. So this includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. So although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy, right? So contemplate the following: embrace all, exclude none, right? So obviously, if you were excluded, you weren't embraced, right? So when it's balanced out, it's reliable, democratic, and fearless. But when it's out of balance, it's judgmental, dominating. So the judgmental piece, somebody either thought you would judge something, so do something in secret. The moon exposes secrets, so that secret has come to an end. Somebody is bringing a light to something. Um, that's fire, right? So something was brought to light, and then to bring something into balance, you're practicing letting go of something. So that's wolf energy, right? So that's wolf energy. So that's the duality of things. Yeah. So again, that's the beauty of being a prayer warrior. But how the enemy, and getting to know your own enemy within, and I'm also teaching while I'm reading cards as well, is one, if your moon sign is an earth sign, the enemy will attack your physical existence. And the physical existence is your stability, security, vitality, loyalty, prosperity, patience, tenacity, and career success by making you anxious, accident prone, financially unstable, constantly moving homes, disorganized, anorexic, chronic constipation, issues with your knees, feet, bowels, blood, or bones, right? It can also cause you to be depressed, lazy, overeating, issues with your knees, bowel, blood, bones, those kind of things, right? So, aromatherapy can help you. This is your sense of smell, right? You just don't feel like you're just stable, like anywhere you are. You just feel like you're always kind of like you just don't feel safe or protected wherever you are. So, you could be, like I said, um, so if your earth sign is if your moon sign is an earth sign, that's exactly what you want to learn how to do. You want to learn how to get stable. You want to learn how to get stable, right? Because that's exactly what the enemy will attack those areas of your life. Or if it's a young person, you want to find out, if that's their moon sign, if it's an earth sign, that's exactly what the enemy will attack: their stability, right? Their stability, right? Their physical existence, their stability, their security, their vitality, loyalty, prosperity, patience, tenacity, career success. So if, and that will break them. If y'all understand what I'm saying, that will break them, right? If they are not poured into the proper way. That's why I always talk about know your moon sign and pour into yourselves the proper way. That will break them, right? So if you got, it doesn't matter if you have one child, two, 10 kids, if you have parents living with you, family members, whatever. Everybody need to know what their moon sign is just as important as your sun sign. So I put this information out there for my cross watchers, even the sneaky ones who try to watch and, pry and scry and try to find out information so they can go scurry back and take information and steal it. And, oh, we found this information out. It don't even really matter. It don't even really matter, but because it's out there for everybody. Hopefully to help them to do right by their own family members, where people have been out here trying to, um, prey on their families as well. So if your moon sign is a water sign, that's Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, then the enemy within you want to know would be like will attack intimacy and emotions, right? That's your creativity, wide emotional range, joy, sexuality, fertility, pleasures. So the enemy will try to come at you in promiscuity, lack of emotional control, codependency, right? hip or joint problems, right? Dehydration, resistance to change. That's how the enemy will try to come at somebody. So you want to make sure you keep those things pouring into yourself that way, right? So you're air sign, but you're a water bearer, right? So you want to make sure not only you're listening to your water sound, you want to drink your water, doing things that pour into you, right? But best way to do is pull your birth chart. Read what does your moon sign say? How do you pour into yourself, right? If it is your moon sign is a fire sign, um, the main focus is your personal power and your identity, right? The need for significance, right? So the way that the enemy will try to attack you that way is through your power, your energy, your confidence, charisma, will, motivation, mental clarity, levity, right? And so the way that the enemy will try to attack you is through your digestive issues, right? Through your constant confusion, indecision, low self-esteem, collapsed chest posture, through bullying, hurrying you up, through your digestive organs, through your core area, through making you feel timid, fatigue, constant confusion. So think of it this way: like, let's say, for instance, you're you're working your job and you're so excited. Let's say you're on a job and you're so excited about you did such a great job, and people are like, "Oh, you feel like you've accomplished something," and your manager is the one that signs off on you getting a raise or something, and everybody else around you, um, even your manager's manager says, "Great job," but it's your manager who has the signing power to give you the raise, right? And it's your manager who has the signing power that says, "I don't see what's so great about what you did. You could have done better," right? It's like somebody stuck a pin in your excitement. You went from levitating to not levitating, right? Right, because they see you as competition, or you're that person who is still looking for some kind of um, you're looking for kudos from uh, you're still an adult who's still looking for a pat on the back from your parents. You're looking for your parents to say "great job" or "job well done," and that never came. But you got all these accomplishments from everywhere else. They're the only ones that's not saying it. So that, right? So that would be the enemy within, and then your heart chakra, right? So heart chakra would be the main focus would be love and connection, right? And so the enemy will attack places like love, trust, gratitude, forgiveness, compassion, kindness, healing, equanimity. And so we'll attack, say you're antisocial, try to make you feel lonely, or um, try to attack your heart, or cause you have breathing issues, those kind of things. Make you attack you by making you a people pleaser, those kind of things. So, yeah. So I think that's enough. But that's how the enemy will try to attack you. So you want to make sure you know what your enemy within is. So when people try to attack that and you pour it into yourself, you give people the overflow of pouring into yourself, not when your cup is half full, half empty, however you see it. So you can wake up from your own nightmare. You can wake up from your own nightmare. So, but you deserve the best. But somehow some energies from your job somehow tie into something because they have a full working knowledge of something that happened after somebody's solar return. And you can look up solar return. You can look that up because they are aware of this. They know some people who know these energies, and they'll be like, "Oh, I know you was related to so and so. Oh, I know them very well. I know this and know that." So some of you all may have already talked to some people who know some stuff because information travels. Information travels. So I know that was kind of lengthy for somebody. But let's see what else we got going on here. But yeah, like I said, you're safe and protected. And you've already won something. Some energies thought you were on some kind of a high horse for whatever reason. You may have been at a crossroad. You've exhibited a great deal of willpower, but yeah, here we have the Six of Cups here. Definitely don't look like what you've gone through. Neither has this person, this loved one, didn't look like what they had gone through, but a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. Um, we have the Three of Wands here. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, so yeah. So here's a star. Yeah. So star speaks to 11th house. 11th house speaks about future, technology, all those things, miracles, inner clarity. So you have inner clarity about some things. Um, but yeah, something has come full circle. Yeah, something has come full circle. But yeah. But again, you deserve the best. The new one is extra special. And something has been a nightmare for someone. But I feel like this is somebody's ancestor who has kind of been with you, the whole time, who has been with you the whole time, keeping you strong, keeping you and someone else strong, right? That is what I have for you. Hopefully this has been helpful. But like I said, somebody does have possibly a new love coming across their path and some kind of a homecoming. Something's going to feel like a homecoming for you. And I did have another video for you. I mean, if new love is, if I don't do a lot of love readings on my channel because it's more like self-love on my channel. So if you do want new love to come across your path, then you have to sit down and kind of structure that. Like, what does that look like for you? The outer shell, inner shell, the spirit of the energy, and all of that stuff. You have to structure all of that. But just know a lot of you all would not have known that your families were even in secret societies had you not um, started watching tarot, had not gotten into like talk to some of your colleagues and started kind of talking to other people and start maybe kind of venturing out and connecting the dots, because that's what heart chakra is about. It's about making connections, connecting to people. Some of you all have YouTube channels. Some of you all have been, for COVID, like during COVID, going like working from home. Some of you all start watching YouTube a little bit more, and that's again about technology. That's you're all ruling 11th house. That's about the future technology, like watching social media, and that's what it's supposed to be used for. No gatekeeping. You're part of that community. People were saying, some of you, when people say wolf energy, we teach duality of things. Light wolf, keeping people enlightened, right? Uncovering secrets, right? And people can choose to believe what they want to believe. That's a choice, right? And so, um, and so, um, sources saying, I definitely had some, ancestors were keeping you strong, keeping you strong. People can choose to believe what they want to believe about whatever. But your nightmare has ended. Your nightmare has ended. So that is what I have for you. I think that's it. I think that's it. So if you choose to have a new love in your life, great. Um, if you choose not to have a new love in your life, great. You are your new love. But some kind of homecoming is happening for you. And like I said, the new one is extra special for someone. I see you being more conservative with your time, making a list of pros and cons. It's time to heal your wounded self. And I do see money coming across your path, but I do not see you paying. You're not paying some energies any mind anymore. You're not, there are some certain energies, you're not paying them any mind anymore. So take your time to decide on some things, but you are who somebody prayed for. Um, yeah, you're who some people prayed for. Um, and that is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. All right, bye.